Absolutely. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the two most targeted receivers in the NFL in 2016 and Pro Bowl teammates to boot. It's OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., and Mike Evans.
All right, Larry, we are at a site that's played host to 2 Super Bowls, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through it, right at the 20. On the ground, this is Ware. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it's third down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. From midfield, here's Manning. Goes to Ware on the screen. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Manning now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Shift together here from the D-line. Manning to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Working from the gun, Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. On 1st and 10, Winston. And his first look is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Airing this one out for him. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A very solid gain of 27. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Conte. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers.
And his first carry, he loses the football. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He got 29 yards that time.
For young quarterbacks, having that primary target's a big deal, and Mike Evans serves as that for Jameis Winston. Evans led the league in targets in 2016.
And went after him a ton. He also was 6th in catches, 4th in yards, and tied for 2nd in touchdowns.
And played in his first Pro Bowl.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 6 there on first. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
Or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Winston. But he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Fresh set of downs here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They run it here. Where? Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Shotgun now for Manning. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a 2nd straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Jameis to throw it. He can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon in there to get him for a loss of 5. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Yeah, this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Marshall that time. That'll bring up second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On the run, it's Ware. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A first down throw for Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run now with Ware. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And the slot man goes in motion left. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Through here. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well. First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, Winston. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. They'll run, it's Rodgers. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. Another carry now for Rodgers. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing, Winston. And that is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. To throw again, Manning. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
To throw is Manning. He'll leave this for Ware. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They do go for it. It's Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They go play action here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Working out of the gun, Winston. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it here. This is Rodgers. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Now Rodgers, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And this is caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Shift together here from the D-line. So after the INT, it's Manning finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 39 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Goes to Ware on the screen. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On the ground, Rodgers. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Evans has it left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Play action now. Winston airing this one out for Evans. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fights off the defender. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. So things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Manning to throw on 2nd down. This is Shepard on the catch. There goes Sterling Shepard. 30. 10. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been...
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jaquiz Rodgers, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Manning. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
You know as well as I do, it's really important to get Odell Beckham Jr. involved early. And that's the first time that Eli Manning was able to find him, and we're in the second half.
You think he and Eli maybe had some words on the sideline? Hey, let's get on the same page?
Without a doubt, because they know that that kick starts their team. That gets them going. And now they have to do it again and again as we go down the stretch.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Conte. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
The play clock's running down. Second down, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Manning now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go now. Blue way. Hey. Pull down. Hey, check the
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Winston here to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. New York set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Conte, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They're looking to throw this. Winston. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
He's back to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They're in the fourth quarter in Denver. The Broncos, they have taken the lead over the Raiders late. Case Keenum, 2 touchdown passes in the W. And they're going to go soft on the corners. He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. And they're going to score. A long touchdown. No flags. No time remaining. And they're an extra point away from winning the game.
Break out the oxygen tanks, partner. The air just left this place. This crowd was in a frenzy. They thought they were going to win. Now they're just an extra point away from leaving here with a really disappointing loss.
No time on the clock. This to claim victory. Oh, he missed. Oh, no, he missed the extra point. Victory was in the bag, but not anymore. We're headed for OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First throw of overtime here for Manning. Dumps that off to Ware. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we know they like to get him the ball in space there, an underneath route, get it to him, let him make some people miss. Turned out to be a big play in overtime.
Did it ever. And let's face it, it's a league of matchups. That's what you want. Get a running back into space, as you talked about. Put the ball on him and let him do the work afterwards. And that time, it worked really well.
Throwing on first down is Manning. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. From midfield, here's Manning. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On third and long, it's Manning. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Still catching our...